Right. Next trailer. Heels.
Yeah.
So you're a wrestling fan. The only reason you're a wrestling fan is because I'm a wrestling fan. Converted you into a wrestling fan. So before anything else happens, we should start by saying we know that wrestling isn't real.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not a correct
Predetermined.
statement. We know that it's predetermined.
Yeah.
Alright. But then, so is Harry Potter, so is Lord of the Rings, so is Star Wars.
That's fake.
We don't care.
We know that. That's like, yeah.
They
They still put the bodies on the line
exactly.
for entertainment purposes.
More than most actors do.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're Christian Bale. So this is a show called Heels. For those of you who aren't wrestling fans, a heel is a bad guy. Got your face, who's the good guy, heel is the bad guy. And as most wrestling fans will tell you, a heel is only as good as a face. You need a good heel, you need a good face to go with them. You know, Hulk Hogan had Roddy Piper. And that's all I can name. No, I'm joking. The Rock had Triple H, Stone Cold had Mr. McMahon, etc., etc. John Cena had
Basically anyone in the roster.
everyone really, yeah. Well, his big one was Edge. Edge was his big one. Anyway, this is a drama show. It's not like Dark Side of the Ring, which is a documentary style thing.
Right. It's
It's like a drama series. We're gonna see if there's gonna be anything that triggers us. See how we can educate the masses, the unwashed masses who don't like wrestling. See if we can convert them.
Who's in it?
What's his name? Cody Rhodes' friend. The guy who was the Arrow.
Steve Amell.
That's the one.
Oh.
And that guy that was in Grown Ups, that was David Spade's son. The sort of violent one with the tattoos.
Right, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking
I think
about.
it's him. It was just from the thumbnail, but I think it's him. Anyway, this is Heels.
You gotta be able to take the heat. You need to learn how to separate you, the character,
Yeah, I'm saying it's him.
from you, the person.
They all cheer for me?
Oh,
Cheer
Steve.
for the character.
The character I play.
Character I created.
Make it right,
Oh.
Jack. He's your brother.
I'm aware.
Oh, the brothers.
I wonder if they're gonna be based on actual wrestlers, or if it's just a fictional.
To a local pastime.
I've never heard of the Duffy Wrestling League.
Because they trust me to tell them a better story than what they have to live with every day.
Oh, that's actually quite sweet.
Well, maybe you should spend some time with Thomas.
I haven't finished the script. We should win.
Us.
It ain't about winning or losing.
Oh, that looks so much like the blue.
We got kids to come to the show, Ace.
What's the matter? You afraid I'm gonna go off script?
What'd you say?
No one makes their living from
Oh, it's
wrestling
weird.
anymore.
We can, I can.
Heroes.
The locker room's for wrestlers, not valets.
I'm not just a valet. I can wrestle.
Ace
Oh.
will succeed at the highest level.
Okay.
Ah, fair play.
Natural. It's in his blood.
Are you taking me with you?
I wonder if he's meant to be like.
Big, I could come back. You never gonna see Duffy again.
You need to send him a message. Like Esau and Jacob.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. And
I think he's meant to be.
shall serve the younger.
I think he's meant to be like.
Jacob had to
Jake the
cut wrestle
Snake.
with God.
Oh, coast to coast. That's
How
cool.
about you?
Yeah, he's meant to be Jake the
I
Snake.
find that anger is more useful than grief.
German suplex.
That's my belt you wearing. You want this belt? Come and get it.
He just gave that guy a super kick.
Dad always used
Ah.
to say, hold it together, Ace. Hold it together. Just for one day.
Heel.
I'm trying.
We could be heroes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Couple losers like your old man. Come on. Come on.
Oh, Hurricane Rana.
Let's go.
Just
Yeah, not just a ballet.
day.
Oh, that seems like it might be weird.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. So which one's meant to be the bad guy?
I take it him.
Stephen Amell meant to be the bad guy,
Yeah.
and he's playing Jack Spade.
Yes.
He's Ace. Ace Spade.
And Jack
Really?
Spade.
Oh yeah, Jack and Ace Spade. What?
They're both not like
What
particularly
ridiculous
appealing
names.
But there's yeah, well, there you go.
They all cheer for me?
I'm just trying to understand like what the overall plot of
I think
it's supposed
it
to
might be something like the younger one, Ace, is trying to get into wrestling, like a big
like
time.
outside of the indies.
Yeah,
All right.
that was sort of my guess.
They cheer for
Well, I guess it seems like a sibling rivalry that translates into the ring. Like he's writing they're writing scripts that they follow him, but then because the actual sibling rivalry, it's not just a story; it's actually like real. I assume there's going to be like
It's bleeding into real life.
yeah, I assume there's going to be like a scene or like a moment where like they're both like all bloodied up, like they're having like a hardcore match or something. They're all bloodied up, and it's like it's real. It's not like you know.
I don't know how many episodes it'll be. Probably like 20.
Make it right, Jack.
Yeah, so he's what we in the industry. Well, I say we in the industry. We who like wrestling call the booker.
Yeah.
He decides the outcomes of the matches, writes the stories. Yeah, so it seems like he wants to get out of this small sort of scary town, because this is like a horror town. This, with all the woods.
Yeah. It's so small.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume there's more to it than that, but
That
don't really wrestling.
is an
right?
absolutely hideous title. Really hideous.
You just don't like any titles except for like maybe 5.
I like a lot of titles. So yeah, that's Jack wearing that, innit? Because he's not got tattoos.
Yeah.
I take it that's meant to be his dad.
Your dad built a cathedral.
What's his dad called? King.
King's Dead.
What a ridiculous family.
What if it's something like the dad died in the ring or something?
Yeah. Probably.
Do you know? I feel like that's something that would ladder match. Is that? Do you think it'll be something like that?
Wild Bill Hancock. Oh, what's he called? No. I was gonna say it looks like he's dressed like Jake the Snake, but Wild Bill has a Bruiser Brody kind of thing. That's a Bruiser Brody kind of name. That's a sad story. Go and watch it. He's dressed like Jake the Snake.
Because he's got snake skin on.
Yeah. This is what most indie shows are done in. Actually, that's not true. Most indie shows now are quite big, actually.
coming tonight because they trust me to tell them a better story than what they have to live with every day.
That's interesting. I don't recognise any of those.
I wonder if there's be some like actual wrestlers.
I
in it.
know.
Surely there has to be.
That
right?
actually looks like Gallows.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
That's got a bit of a Jay White look to him, and that looks a little bit like Mikey Whipwreck. It's not Mikey Whipwreck, like, because he's pretty much paralysed now, but you know, Moose, Paul London.
You're probably getting all these wrong.
Yeah, I don't think there is actually any real wrestlers in it.
Well, maybe you should spend some time with Thomas.
Well, actually, Stephen Amell can call himself a proper wrestler. He's done a few matches.
Yeah.
You should win.
Wrestled Christopher Daniels.
And Neville before he was Pac.
Us.
So is that it as well? Like the wrestler that never spends any time at home because they're
Yeah.
travelling around.
Yeah.
Although it seems like they're not really travelling around.
Yeah. This looks far too much like Owen Hart's superhero costume, which is a bit weird. The blue, what was he called? The blue something. It's not the blue meanie. I can't remember what he was called.
It ain't about winning or losing. Make them love you. Make them love hate.
Any recognize
Got
anyone?
kids come to the show, Ace.
What's the matter? You afraid I'm gonna go off script?
What'd you say?
That's called shooting. If you go off when you go off script, that's you shoot wrestling. Did you know that?
No, I thought shoot was something else.
Or if you cut, well, I don't mean shooting as in pew. I mean,
yeah, not that.
Or if you cut a promo that's a bit sort of not with the script, that's called shooting. So like when JBL beat Blue Meanie up and busted all his face up, that was shooting. And then a few months later, when Blue Meanie's friend Stevie Richards was in a handicap match and he absolutely destroyed JBL's head with a chair, that was also shoot wrestling. But you know, these things happen. Wrestling is political, as we know.
No one makes their living from wrestling anymore.
You can, I can.
Yeah, so it seems like this is the guy trying to make it big. He's the face.
Mm-hmm.
He can't make it big because his brother writes all the scripts.
So it's like he's the underdog face where like he keeps on losing, so he's never gonna like become anything big.
And his brother is also the wrestler who can't quit the business.
Yeah.
Bit like the Undertaker.
The locker room's for wrestlers, not valets.
I'm not just a valet.
That's actually really interesting because that's quite topical nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because women wrestlers are starting to, and not in AEW because there's only like 3 women wrestlers that are actually any good in AEW, but in WWE there's a lot of very good women wrestlers.
Most of them got that going.
Oh yeah, that's true. But there's
in NXT there is.
There's Charlotte, I guess, who takes everything that everyone else has.
Yeah, I think it's in wrestling itself. It's.
They're not all just doing bras and panties matches now, which is what
like
30 years of women's wrestling has been, which is good because there's a lot of bloody talented women out there.
You wrestle.
Ace can succeed at the highest level.
So this seems like she's his valet.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bit of a thing, which is very Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. That's what happened with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Running Bulldog as well. That was quite impressive.
It's a natural. It's in his blood.
Are you taking me with you?
So that makes it seem like he is leaving, and like because she's his valet, she wants to go as well. But he's like,
After I make you big, I can come back. You never gonna see Duffy again.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to lose him. Maybe because he's his biggest draw.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that your face is supposed to be your biggest draw, which it rarely is nowadays.
It seems like he was as well, considering people chanting.
Yeah.
You need to send him a message.
But nowadays, the faces aren't actually the biggest draw.
Yeah.
It tends to be the heels now that are the biggest draw.
Like Esau and Jacob. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and the elder shall serve the younger.
He was holding a wood plank. As you do.
Jacob had the guts to wrestle with God.
That's a coast to coast. That's really cool. That's Shane
That was
McMahon.
actually a move that he used as well.
That's Shane McMahon's finishing move. Big Jim, the freak from the creek. That's a weird sign.
Is that not supposed to?
Oh look, he's got spades on his.
Oh, yeah. Spades.
How about you?
So who's he actually trying to help? Who's he trying to help here? He's trying to help him or the younger one, or the older one? Sorry.
I have no idea.
It's got WBH. What? Who knows?
I find
What was the disagreement?
that anger is more useful than grief.
Yeah, so maybe.
So like the dad died
in the
abruptly or something, and it's the way of coping with it is like keeping his like maybe. So that's probably why he's the booker as well. It was his dad's wrestling.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is a really good shot of Stephen Amell giving the other guy a German suplex. Suplex City, bitch.
That's my belt you wearing.
You want this belt? Come and get it.
Is that a super kick as well? Go
Looks
him.
like it.
Who's he super kicking though? Is he super kicking Stephen Amell?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got his.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can't beat the thigh slap.
Dad always used to say.
Oh, so that's their dad. Why is he dressed up like a monk?
Hold it together, Ace.
I don't
Hold
know.
it together. Just for one day.
It's weird.
Try.
Yeah, so right there, he was like walking away with the title, and it kind of made it look like it was he's won the title, and it's like that typical underdog thing, isn't it, where it's like the face can't win. The face is like chasing the...
But I thought the thing that sort of made me think of there was the screw job.
Well, where he was supposed to win it, but
he shoots on him and keeps the title because he doesn't want him going off to the big leagues with the title. Which, by the way, if you don't know what the Montreal screw job is, that's essentially what happened. Yeah. Bret Hart was going to WCW. He didn't want to drop the title to Shawn Michaels, so Vince McMahon came out and told the guy to ring the bell when Shawn Michaels was being a pesky thing.
Yeah.
And then,
had him in the sharpshooter.
Yeah, infamously, Bret Hart did the WCW on air on WWE television.
Yeah.
Which wasn't very good for WWE at the time.
No.
But you know, WWE is still alive. WCW isn't. That's the moral of that story.
I'm trying.
I don't know who. I think this might be quite good actually. This is cool as well. That was a very good Hurricane Rana.
Let's go.
Just for one.
Wonder when this is supposed to be set.
I know.
It mustn't be recent if that's the case, because
they wouldn't be surprised that a woman can do a Hurricane Rana.
no, it must be set in like a 80s maybe.
Maybe the 90s. The 90s would make more sense. Women wrestlers were okay in the 80s. Weren't brilliant, but it was
then
like
it kind of digressed.
It was around the 90s when sort of they became just valets.
Yeah.
And sort of people who had their clothes taken off professionally. But you know, yeah. I think that might be good actually. We might give that a watch. Yeah. We're wrestling fans. Yeah, let us know down in the comments what you think, I guess. That was us reacting to heels. What do you think? Do you think you'd be a heel or do you think you'd be a face? You would probably be like a Nikki Ash. Like a superhero.
That's really offensive.
What? You might be.
You know my opinions on that, Sean. I feel like I'd probably enjoy being the heel more. I feel like it would be more fun being a heel. Right? Like, just not caring, just... It would be
say
so,
whatever
like...
you want.
Actually having the audience boo you.
What, would you want to be one of those
Like,
heels that genuinely people hate, or would you want to be one of those heels that everyone just loves too much? So, like,
No,
the company wants you to be a heel, but you love that much that people can't boo you.
No, I'd want to be like an MJF.
Type,
like I'm just always
heel.
people hate me.
I say I'm the opposite. I would want to be like I would want to be like Kenny
But it's like
Omega.
I know that I'm like not that in real life, but they don't.
Yeah.
Like it must be so like fulfilling to be that guy.
I would want to be because I think it would be opposite. I would want to be like Kenny Omega, like just knowing that you can be as despicable as you want, but no one is gonna boo you, unless of course you like kill Jungle Boy's dog or something. I don't know. You know, I'm pretty sure that's all Kenny Omega can do now to actually get some heat. Yeah. Despite how ridiculously talented and charismatic he is. But it doesn't matter, because Kenny Omega will never identify with the North American audience. Well, okay. And there's so many people who aren't going to get that.
Yeah. I feel like I have to say that
people are going to get offended as well. By the way, Kenny Omega is my favourite wrestler.
I have to say that was sarcasm.
Yeah, that was me being sarcastic, because someone in the WWE basically said that Kenny Omega was only good in Japan, and he wouldn't identify, he wouldn't connect with the North American.
Now people are going to get mad because you're not complimenting Roman Reigns.
Oh, for goodness
instead of Kenny Omega.
Right, okay, Roman Reigns is good, okay? But, by the way, for all you WWE fanboys, we were telling them to turn him heel for years. And then when they did, they were like, look at our great idea, we turned him heel. This is only a good thing. And all of us, apart from the fangirls, like you're talking about, and fanboys, divs, all went, oh, that's so clever. But we were saying about it for years. Give us what we want. Rant over.
Yeah. Just... This is what wrestling does to you. You get really passionate.
I know. Yeah. Like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Tell us who your favourite wrestlers are down in the comments. Anything else you want to say?
I just hope
It doesn't matter if you've got anything else to say.
I just hope there's some kind of like weird exchange in the comments. There probably is.
I want there to be now. I want all the AEW fans to come and make a cyber war with all the WWE fans.
No,
Ring
but
of
that's
Honor
so
can just turn
annoying.
up and go, hello, where are you?
Impact tries to butt in, but everyone's just like,
Yeah, just go back into your corner, Impact. The only thing that you have is Dion Apparazzo.
oh wow. And Moose is okay. Well, he's a bit more than okay.
Yeah, if he goes somewhere else, maybe he will be, but no.
Wow.
He's never going to make it
Wow.
in Impact, is he?
Yeah, I don't like that though. That's like the worst part about the professional wrestling world is all the crazy fans from all of the promotions. It's not just some.
This is your turn to stop being offending people.
No, it's because it's so funny to me, right? Because I'll just be like, I'll be scrolling, and it'll be like, oh, like AEW fanboys are ridiculous, but then it's like, oh, WWE fans are ridiculous, and I'm like,
These are both ridiculous.
these are
Just
both
let us
bad.
enjoy our
Just
wrestling.
stop.
Who bloody cares? Yeah, anyway. What have I done at the end?
Bye.
If you smell... No, I'm joking. Thank you for watching.
I need to know